I'm not.
Are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 69 of D&D.
Nice.
Shut the fuck up. Of D&D.
I was planning it.
Of D&D
I had to.
Papihos. My name is JC. I am the Dungeon Master. I'm joined here by Helminia, James, Suzanne, and Alpha. Jazz is running a little bit late, but she will be joining us in a little bit. Obviously, of course, because it's what Alpha most cares about. This is our 69th episode, which, haha, funny word, but that's doing a weekly D&D thing.
It's a lot.
69 episodes, ranging from anywhere from 2.5 to 5 hours, is incredible, and I do want to extend a sincere thank you to all of you guys for sticking through it with me, because it's been wild, and we've still got quite a lot more to go.
Don't say that.
I wanted to bring it up, but I forgot. I wanted the 69th episode to be that, like, alternate universe where we have to do the dance battle, but I forgot to bring that up. I thought that would have been a really nice 69th episode if we did the dance battle episode, the lost episode as it was. Lost episode 69.
Lost episode 69.
Suna bust it down sexual style or something like that.
Suna starts just
Fuck.
tripping on the dance floor.
Yeah. But, we'll save it for 169 if we get there.
Oh my god, I don't even want to think about that.
A whole 100.
You-
We haven't
you know
even
what?
made it to 100 sessions at all.
100 more episodes, 100 more years of Papihos, episode 145. Rem's mad because inflation.
That's how I'm gonna start naming the episodes. Rem's mad because of inflation.
Love that.
Okay. But
You gotta recap.
yeah, with everything else out of the way, let's get into a little bit of a recap, a little bit more of a current memories rather than a kind of looking back, which I started doing on how far we've actually come. Because if I start thinking about that, it's gonna go for way too long, as I'm like, holy shit, everything looks so different, everything's like so different, and in my opinion, we've gotten better. But
I'm a completely different person.
absolutely, we've gone a ways. But let's begin. Where we last left off, you all had traveled back to Greywall and spent relatively 4 months honing your abilities, working and constructing items for yourself. Zex now boasts a adamantine breastplate with dragon forged adamantine. Gil can boast that he was a freelance forge master for Thorin. Suna and Nime can boast learning herbalism from Rem. Nime has a new weapon for her arsenal, a pepperbox pistol. And Rem is able to boast knowledge of the arcane that he was able to learn from their shopkeeper and friend, Barris. However, the easy and good times of downtime were not meant to last, it seems, as during a meeting with Dorman, the leader of the Blades faction underneath Greywall, that has now been in prison due to all of yours actions. Rem was approached by a member of the Greywall Guard, Tenfin, someone who was actually watching over the group when they were falsely put under house arrest for the assassination attempt on the Doctor, way back when in our lovely tournament arc. He came up to Rem with a letter asking Rem and the other members of the group to come to dinner with the Ambassador of Relations, Vardair, and by extent, the Ambassador of War, Yenta. It was accepted, and you all spent a couple of hours choosing what you were wearing and what you were taking to this dinner. First afraid you were going to be underdressed or overdressed for this situation, that quickly disappeared from your guys' mind as Vardair laid it out in no uncertain terms. They were asking for help, whether actual physical help or just simply insight into situations, on two matters: Dentor or the Red Dragon to the north of Greywall. While they were laying out Dentor, all of you seemed interested, but it quickly fell to the back of your minds as Yenta became very passionate about this beast to the north and the possibility of destruction it may bring. You all decided, seemingly in unison, this was going to be the problem you should focus on. You just weren't sure on how to focus on it. Zex insisted that they would be able to talk to it and possibly broker a treaty. Well, Gilgamesh was more on the side of, we're fighting it, it's just a matter of when. As you all left in different ways, 4 of you into the city of Greywall, and 1 of you teleported out to the city of Dacaria of Dragonborn, of which you are a champion of now, Gilgamesh. We're going to set our scene on the end of the night in Greywall itself. Everyone else has kind of hurried off back to the keep. Rem has kind of stuck around to finish conversations with someone. Gil had also, in everyone else's mind, been left behind. But Zex and Nime had kind of left a bit earlier, leaving Suna to exit and kind of walk along the street. As Nime had kind of hurried home ahead of you, Suna, you are left kind of to your own devices. But after a while, you kind of head back in to the keep. And as you kind of step up the stairs, you can see that the door to your room is just kind of slightly open and ajar.
Alright. I guess I'll open the door.
Yeah, it opens easy. As you kind of look through, everything is normal. And there is as all of you in your rooms, you have a small window going one way or the other, and your window is also open.
Was it not open previously?
It was not.
Man. I guess, can I look out the window?
Sure, make a perception check.
Ooh. Where'd that go? 11?
11.
Nothing to write home about?
As you, well, it's still fine. As you kind of like lean and peer out the window, you can just see the cold cobblestone streets kind of alight. There are a few people just walking around, but it is rather late. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Do these rooms have like closets?
They do not have closets. They have the bed and then a desk on it. A bed, a desk, and then like a chest that goes underneath the bed.
Is there something that I maybe on my like desk, I guess, or on the bed that I wasn't there before?
As you go and look over it, there is a small folded piece of parchment on your desk.
Oh no. Alright,
As you kind of peel it back and it opened up, it is written in very, very neat and tidy calligraphy. The ink still kind of smudging a little bit from being wet. And all it says is, "Can I ask you a question?"
Oh, fuck, dude. Um, do I have a pen?
There's a quill and ink in your desk.
Um, guess I'll write somewhere on the parchment. Yes.
Okay. You write quickly, jotting down yes on the parchment. You just kind of stare at this paper on your desk.
Alright, I fucked that one. I guess I'll just say aloud yes.
You hear this kind of creak kind of come from like slightly above your window as a small form, a head, almost as if someone's like leaning over a drop, just kind of pokes up from the top of the window. Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I haven't talked to you in a little bit. And you see kind of swinging in, the cloak kind of giving away and the hood kind of moving back slightly, the blonde hair of the princess as she slips into your window.
Fuck, bro, you're gonna get me in trouble.
Well, I don't want to get you in trouble.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, it's not. I don't want to get you. I just. Oh.
I'm joking. It's fine.
Okay. All right. So, I heard from listening. I was at the door of the dinner.
So you heard about the dragon then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I ask you and Zex were talking a little more confidently than everyone else. Do you have something you know about the dragon? I want to. I've heard and I've read about them. I wanted to ask. What's a dragon like?
They're pretty scary.
Um,
I might have. I'm not really too keen on seeing the dragon again, honestly. I kind of tricked the dragon.
You tricked the dragon?
Yeah.
How do you trick a dragon?
Magic.
Oh. Well, I want. And she kind of like sits like down, with her head like just barely underneath the windowsill, and just, how do you trick the dragon?
I gave it a magic whip.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 10 days later, I summoned it back to my person.
And so you gave it a present and then took it away.
Yeah.
Wow. It's no question that Varder is choosing correctly when he puts his faith in you all. You're terribly clever. I'm sorry. I should have found a better way to ask than to get into your room and leave you a note.
You're fine.
Oh, it's not. It's not proper.
I mean, it's weird, but you know, it's
I don't
cool.
want to be. I'm sorry.
You know, we all kind of got our thing. You
breaking and
notes in
entering.
people's rooms. I kind of do anything at all, I guess.
Hmm.
Not really sure what's going to happen.
Well, I know that the ambassador wants that dragon gone. And I know that you were all saying that you're going to do something about it. Are you really strong enough to beat a dragon?
I mean, a helping hand, a couple helping hands probably wouldn't hurt, but
Well, I
we
mean,
did. We might have it. It's only one way to know for sure.
well, you're good enough to be able to meet with my father, and so you have to be good. The best get to meet with
Hopefully.
my dad, and so I think if you can trick a dragon, you should be able to beat one.
Damn, she thinks I'm the best.
But I had to know. I thought the dragons were only. I thought dragons were very rare and reclusive. But I've only seen them on papers.
Well, I can tell you they're, or at least the one that I've seen was very real. And
They have to be real, otherwise why would people make stories on them?
that's a good point. I have no reason to argue with that.
Stories come from experiences. Oh. I'm very sorry. I let my curiosity get the better of me, and now I see I'm kind of here with nothing but, well, I don't know what else to say. But thank you for answering my question.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll find a less awkward way to talk to you next time. I promise. But I had to ask.
I mean, oh yeah.
Sorry. And you see as she kind of gets up and begins sitting on the windowsill and grabbing onto the roof of the keep. You have a good night.
You too.
And she pulls herself up, and you see her legs kind of bob for 1 second, and she climbs onto the roof.
Okay. So that just happened, I guess. Is like anyone in the hall?
As you kind of step out and look, no one else is in the hall. You'd expect, if anything, Zex and Nime are probably in their respective rooms.
Okay. I'm just gonna close my door and I'll go to bed for the night.
All right. With that, you guys head to bed, and the day will actually go over. Gilgamesh, you know that, just to clarify, because a little bit of confusion, you knew that the Lord is in that office, that space that you teleport into at that teleportation circle. But you also know that the Lord does not, one, sleep there, or two, have a mansion or castle that he resides in and prefers to live in one of the homes like the people around him. So there's currently no way for you to find him, and it's also very late. So you head to an inn, bed down for the night yourself.
Oh.
And
how many people recognize me as I'm just kind of going to this inn?
No one approaches you, but there are many eyes on you, and it's actually a little different. You're not against or unaccustomed to people looking at you, watching you. What you are accustomed to is kind of the talk. And for possibly the first time, any snippets of conversation you hear, any whispers that manage to trickle into your ears, are of admiration, positivity. There's no fear or malice. Simply respect.
I'll take that. That's what I like to hear.
But you make your way to an inn. You pay a gold piece for the night to stay there.
Oh.
And
I thought I'd get it for free. I thought I was cool enough.
And the morning will flip over. However, when we get to that, Gilgamesh, as the sun comes up, you have your run of Daycaria. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna make sure I clarify this. I'm not gonna sleep in the suit. I'm like,
yeah,
that's being taken off, and I'm not putting that back on. I'm just gonna put on like my armor and everything out. Oh wait, do I?
You do not have your armor with you.
I don't have my armor. Okay, maybe I am putting the suit back on.
Okay,
I'll put the suit back on. I'll look nice.
Sure.
And I mean, I know where the Lord works, so I'll go and see if I can try and find him, I guess.
Okay. As you head over back towards where that teleportation circle was, as you kind of go through the town more alive in the morning, once again having people kind of look out, and you can see different murmurings of discussion, as it was thoroughly stated that you were being a traveling champion and we're not residing in Daycaria. As you make it back to the building, you can see the station guards on the outside kind of acknowledge you as you kind of walk up, and through asking around, you are able to quickly find and be led to where the Lord does his business. As you kind of go up, there is the building itself is 3 different stories. The first floor being actually used and reserved for these teleportation circles and just a general common room with a break room for the guards. The second floor, there are general kind of social workers, and on the third floor you actually go up and there is still a quite large, like 20-foot wide room that you enter in. As the inside of it, in harsh difference to everything outside being stone, this is actually a wooden, like, decorated interior. As you can see different not just skins of like furs of bears and elk, but also scales. As you can see smaller like smaller, almost like models, not necessarily of things that he's killed, but more of like representations. And you can see a smaller form of a winged draconic creature with 2 legs and then 2 wings kind of sprouting from its back. And from kind of guessing about it, you could guess it's maybe no more of like a 1/10 model, but it's still a fair size. As
Do I know what it is?
you can make a nature check.
Do I get... what books have I read?
What books have you read?
I've read the Dragonborn Legacy book, which I don't think I'd get any assistance there. And I think that's a...
Okay.
No, I haven't read any books. That's unsurprising. Oh, I don't know what dragon. I got a 5.
A 5? All right. It's draconic. You're just not sure.
Okay.
As you go in, sitting not at the desk but in front of it, you can see him with like a very plain chair, Lord Ironbreath himself, and then actually sitting where you would expect him to be is the form of his daughter that you recognize. And immediately as you go in, you can see she looks very uncomfortable where she is and immediately like stiffens up in the seat as people walk through and see her here. However, the Lord Ironbreath just kind of stands up, kind of smiling broadly, his metallic mouth just kind of opening up in a wide grin. "You're back so soon. It is a pleasure to be graced with you again, Gilgamesh."
The pleasure is mine.
And I'm sure for coming here, there's either a good reason or should we pull you up a 3rd chair?
It is good reason, but the news isn't quite as good. I was informed last night by the arbiters in Greywall that there may be a assault on the dragon that resides in Papihos coming very soon, and more or less I'm here to request your aid on behalf of them to help with this assault.
I understand. Sometimes they simplified words, but my daughter and I will need a clarification on which dragon. We have, I believe, 3 in Papihos currently, but I assume there's not one that we are discussing abroad.
It's the red dragon.
Ah.
Roughly northeast of Greywall.
I assumed it would be one of the 2 possibilities. And, Nice, our friends of the South is in no rush to cause any issues, but, generally, the nuisances to the north would need to be dealt with at some point. Reds are quite volatile at some times, and need a reminder every once in a while that they share this beautiful world with other creatures. So, and he kind of sits back down. Do you know what assistance you are asking for, Gilgamesh?
All I know of is personnel, really. I think, well, I'd like to think, like, gesture to the small, like, dragon-like model. You would possibly know the volatility of a dragon, and so just sending a plain army of men is a death sentence, really, so we would need arguably your best.
Well, our best fight as the dragons do from the skies. Our sky riders are unmatched in aerial combat, but the predecessor is draconic in nature. We'd be able to provide support from the air for a while, but those men would still be in grave danger.
I think everyone in this situation, no matter how experienced nor talented, is in some degree of danger. I think it's mostly unavoidable, and from the reports I've heard, this dragon is a lot more deadly than most run-of-the-mill dragons, especially red dragons.
Is that so?
Supposedly, they can cast spells of sorts. I'm not entirely sure on the credibility of this, but supposedly it's magical.
Well, knowledge of these majestic creatures are proof enough that people are being serious about this in Greywall. And the daughter behind him kind of speaks up, and it is curious why we have not been contacted by someone more ingrained into the hierarchy of Greywall itself. Who sent you here, Gilgamesh?
I more or less volunteered myself, but I was given approval through the arbiters to come and request assistance. To put this out there now, the plan to fight the dragon has not been approved by the king yet, but it sounds like the arbiters won't let it not be approved.
We see. Well, currently the Sky Riders have 50 trained personnel to their name. However, official requirements from the High King would be necessary. I don't want the first thing I have my name stamped on to be something going behind the king's back. It would set a bad precedent.
I understand that. Really, I'm mostly just here to let you know, and so you can at least prepare some amount of people, if any, for this to happen. If it does happen, I'm assuming that you would hear by somebody some way, whether that be me or some other form of communication, but if it does happen, you will be informed.
And Iron Breath, have they given you any plans for this, Gilgamesh, or are they still trying to drudge up a means to an end?
Well, I don't know if you remember from the competition, one of my compatriots, Zex, is pitching the idea of trying to reason with it before we launch an assault. But that's the only other solution that's been presented.
So there's been no official battle strategy given to fight this creature?
Unfortunately not.
That is the most concerning thing. Maybe you should lend my mind to this. As, with or without the king's approval, sending Dacarians aimlessly into battle is never something a lord should be comfortable with. But I do have faith that you would not come here and ask something so dangerous from us, and have no confidence in them pulling through. We are the best in the skies, and we of course are residents of Papihos. I can issue a general warning to the proctors of the Skyrider Academy. Let things come slowly, but get the 50 able-bodied prepared. When the letter from the king comes, we will hope it has a plan attached to it. But while a plan is still being formulated, you are welcome to think of us as a piece in it.
That is very much appreciated. We can use every last troop that we can get at this point.
This is a interesting day already. But it is a warning from you I will not take lightly. And appreciated that you thought of them, thought of us. And we shall see what we can do. Now, Gilgamesh, if you would excuse us, unless if there is anything more to say, I have some letters we need to be writing up.
Of course, I will leave the two of you to it.
Thank you.
If the plan goes through, be expecting word within the next 2 weeks.
I will give them that timeline.
Thank you. And I will leave.
Okay. Where are you going?
Is there any... is there any way that I can get myself home through these teleportations?
You can ask around.
Yeah, like, I guess I'll just kind of ask people that are here, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
You know, some way to be able to get me home.
Okay.
Well, not home. Greywall. Not home. I don't want to go home. I want to go to Greywall.
Mom, I want to go home. Yeah. As you kind of ask around, with the title of champion, I'm not going to have you check. You are able to get one of the gold-robed dragonborn around this place to take you to one of the teleportation circles, and as they kind of step up to it, they lead you through and point at one of them, point at one of the rooms. You walk up to it, and as you even touch the outline of it, you feel yourself getting pulled through. And even as you finish your step, you are back at the Greywall Castle.
Whoa. I want to go and find. Oh, the name is eluding me. I think it was the Goliath. Was that the?
Yanta?
Yeah. Just the more or less the arbiter in charge of the war arbiter.
There's the
Was that-
ambassador of war, and then there's the
Yes.
arbiter that was at the dinner.
No, the ambassador of war.
That is Yenta.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. That is who I want to look for.
Okay. Before you
And-
do that, I do just want to ask, just in case, if there is anything Remzex or Suna wants to be doing in the morning while Gil is doing that.
Aren't we getting ready for like the dragon expedition?
If
That's kind of what I was thinking.
For the negotiations?
you want to, just tell me how you're getting ready. If there's any way you guys are getting ready.
Make sure people don't die. My character she's
I mean, how many of us are going to talk to it?
Not you.
I mean, yeah, not me, but I'll sleep in.
You'll sleep in? Okay.
I'll sleep in. They don't need me.
First, let's change your spots.
If you guys have any preparation you need to do for that, then you're free to do it. All right. Nothing being said by either. We're gonna go back to Gil.
Changing spells, and then I have to go get diamonds that I'm gonna need just in case someone gets absolutely fucking obliterated.
All right. Well, I don't think that will need roleplay, so we'll go to Gil as you do that.
Oh.
So, Gil, you
Yeah.
kind of go through and you ask around. Strangely enough, you are not pointed towards a place in the castle.
What?
Yenta is currently out recruiting.
Like in the streets?
No, they tell you to go towards the Mages Guild.
Oh. I'll go for it.
All right. And
I'm
you
still looking dapper.
yeah, you still look good.
Yeah.
As you make your way through the streets all the way up to the Mages Guild, a couple of miles away, you walk into the door and can immediately see, first there is, of course, the staircase that leads up to the rooms. There is the actual reception desk, and you can see Jaylene, who... Make a quick insight check for me.
How long has it been since I've been in the Mages Guild?
Not that long, because it's been a surrogate thing for the Fighters Guild, and you learned athletics from Tyron.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, it has been such a long time. Okay. Oh. You said insight?
Yeah, insight.
That is a 16.
16. As you are looking over at her, you can tell that she's reading, quote unquote, a book, but she's not really reading, as she is focusing her energy on listening to the conversation that is happening behind her to the left in the meal hall. As you look past that, there is Yenta in ornament scale mail armor, standing up, talking to two people right now. as they are familiar to you of, first, there is a brass dragonborn in half-plate armor and with a large sword set to the side, O'Brien.
Yes.
And then another, as there is a satyr, her kind of this like red bandana kind of tied around her neck and slotted into two scabbards on either side of her body, two swords. It is Terra. As you kind of look in on this, you can hear Yenta kind of talking on and about of, look, it's already in sync to being approved. I need to provide the king with a list of people that I have that will be able to perform this and travel with me into battle against the beast. The standard pay is still what it was, and anything you'll find inside will be divided up amongst the people who journey with me into the battle. I want no part in it besides the satisfaction of the success and safekeeping of our city. And Tara's barely paying attention. O'Brien has a bit more serious of a look on his face and is just kind of nodding, but he doesn't look happy.
I want to go up to the front desk.
Okay.
With Jaylene, you said it was?
Yeah, Jaylene.
Yeah. I want to go talk to Jaylene.
And Jaylene's just actually at this point she's not noticed you. She's just kind of like looking down at the book, her ears just kind of twitching as you move right up to her.
I'm actually also going to look down at the book. And ask, is there a conversation interesting?
You have to pay attention to who's talking to your residents is all. Good morning, Gilgamesh.
Morning.
She kind of rubs her temples. What can I do for you?
I was mostly here to talk to Yenta, who I was told was here.
Oh.
But it seems that they're a little busy right now, so... Why are you, Does she look concerned?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much
Cool.
so.
What's
Looks
the,
It's stressing her out.
Yeah. What's the concern?
Gilgamesh, you've fought with both of them, haven't you?
I have. Mm-hmm.
They're wonderful, capable people, but she kind of just leans forward. It's my right to be able to be concerned for their well-being, is it not? All he's talking about is glory and protection and fame and wealth. There's just emotion. There's no plan.
That is partially the reason I'm here to talk to him, because of the lack of plan that's been brought to my attention, but...
Oh, don't tell me you're in on this.
I mean,
No.
I hate to toot our own horn, but I mean, me and my group are probably the most capable people around here. We're the best bet that they've got. In a way, we have to be. Some are a lot less optimistic than others, but in a way, it's our duty, some willing, some not.
I'm in no way doubting your ability or your allies' ability. None of you are. All of you are worth everything. But dragons are something not to be trifled with. They're... Oh... I mean... I guess it's out of my hands and it's a little out of my wheelhouse. But... if nothing else, just allow me to be worried.
I don't think anybody's stopping you from being worried, but for some of us, glory, protection, and wealth is what we live for. I don't live my life for old age. I don't live it for the sake of other people. Mostly I live it for the glory, for having a renowned name. I'm the champion of Dacaria. That's a building block of my life, to put it simply. So, to you it may not seem like it's all that worth it, or that we should even be doing this at all, but more to me, this is this is an opportunity of a lifetime.
It's only worth it if you're able to make it through, Gil. He's going to try and get every one of them. I know he is. He's waiting for them to all come back from what they were doing.
And they have every opportunity to say no. I'm not trying to discredit you or allow you to not be worried for the sake of the lives of the people that you house here, because quite frankly it's justified, but we need everybody that we can get. I don't think there's any amount of people where we can say that we have enough. We could have the whole nation of Papihos on our side, and there can still be more people.
All right. I just want to see everyone okay. I know that I set myself up for failure by running this guild, but it wouldn't be the same if I didn't care about them. You just don't want to see people not come back.
And I think that's what makes you quite a fit leader to run a guild. I can't guarantee you anything, but I'm not gonna lie and say it's for your sake, because quite honestly it's for everyone's sake, but I'll do my best to at least in a way try and protect anyone from the guild that does decide to come.
I thank you. don't know. I should have... Lousy. I should have been... A guildmaster should be able to protect those that they employ, but... Oh well. Most I can do is what I am. Well...
Glance over. Is Yenta done talking, or is Yenta still going on?
He's still talking.
Oh, goodness.
Tara's looking at you, though.
Oh! Like, completely, like, ignoring Yenta, just, like, staring at me.
You could tell she was ignoring Yenta before, but now she's seeing you, and it's just, like, she has one hand on the side of her face, and it's just, like, looking over at you with, like, one eyebrow raised.
Is O'Brien still intently listening?
O'Brien's still listening.
Okay, well, that's something. I guess I'll look down to Jaylene and just say, if this happens to be the last time that I come into the guild,
Don't. It won't be. It can't be.
If the sacrifice of one is for the sake of others, things can go bad, but you might still have a full guild by the end of it. I'll just kind of I'll give her a head nod and leave. Go to try and pull Yenta away from the...
Yeah. As you kind of step over, he's still talking, and you could just feel Tara's eyes just kind of follow you, like as you go around the desk, enter the room, and you kind of step about like 5 paces, like up to like 5 paces away before Yenta actually like kind of glances behind himself, kind of sensing something comes, and this is obviously. This is Gilgamesh, the champion, recently named champion of... And Tara's like, we know. Shut up. Good morning, Gilgamesh.
I'm going to give Yenta like a little pat on the back and just be like... and like kind of whisper to him and just say, I have some things I'd like to discuss with you if you don't mind.
Of course. And
more in private, if you would.
He kind of looks back, and Tara just has like takes her like hand off the side of her face, and just with 2 fingers just makes like a shooing motion. And Jens is just and you two walk over towards one of like the corner of the hall, and he kind of like very aggravated just pulls out a chair, and no one knows the name of a warrior anymore. What is it?
I was able to speak with the Lord in Daicaria, and I've acquired us 50 Skyriders, I believe they were, for the efforts against the dragon. But the Lord displayed some concern with our lack of war tactics.
It's understandable to be concerned. However, I would need to get a lay of the terrain itself, knowledge of what the beast can use besides the simple flight of a dragon. would not be easy. That's why I wanted the best, those that can adapt, those that know what their abilities are and how to best apply them. But if the Lord requires something, then something will be made. How many is he offering?
It was 50 Skyriders.
Skyriders. Perfect. Let's draw out the beast. Gather more intel. Master of Illusions should be able to find more, and a strategy to take down the beast will be put in place. This can be done, and it will be done. I appreciate your recruitment of the Skyriders. I just need more from the guild.
I would be careful with your tenacity towards the guild. The woman at the desk she might have a few words with you if even one person doesn't come back.
It's the nature of war and battle. These are skilled people, they should know what they're getting into. And the rewards would far outweigh the risks.
I'm just gonna kind of pat him on the shoulder and just say, I'll go talk to the two that you were with. You continue with whatever work you find necessary. And I'll go talk to O'Brien and Tara, I think? Tara. Yeah, Tara.
What other satyr have you met?
Well, I guess, yeah. I just names get all jumbled in the. Go talk to my. I was gonna say best friends, but people that I know, the people that I know well.
Well, Tara's composure has not changed. She still looks bored. She still looks uninterested. However, O'Brien, as he's shifted kind of like a more relaxed look, as you can see, he smiles warmly as you actually come up to the table.
I'll pull myself up a seat.
Okay, so you actually sit with them.
Yeah.
Okay, as Tara actually kind of comes back forward and puts her hand back under her chin. I don't understand what he's all about. Did you manage to talk sense into him, Gilgamesh?
I tried to get him to make a plan. That's anything.
Oh, he's been talking to us for 20 minutes and he hasn't had one lick of a strategy get said to us. Just on and on about honor and gold and glory. Oh, I don't know what idiot would have signed up for that.
O'Brien, what are your thoughts about it? You seemed a lot more intrigued than she did.
Gil, it's... I do probably want to think about it. Look... Right. This dragon is a problem. That no one is disputing, Gil. However, you and me know, normally I would call myself pretty good at what I do. But that's a dragon. Dragons aren't to be fucked with, Gil. I don't know. Do you have any I'd ask your opinion, but I don't know how much you know about what he's trying to get us to do.
All I know is that if the arbiters more or less see it as a threat and as a problem, we either die possibly fighting the dragon, or we die more of a probable death if it does come to destroy Greywall.
Oh, the gods. Gil. He said he had 10 people already on board with it. You're one of them, aren't you? Oh, gods. How?
Choose your words wisely.
I was going to ask how confident you were in yourself, but I think you've answered it with your life decisions.
There's never been a time in my life where my confidence has faltered in the face of war. And that won't start now.
This might not be a war, Gil. You understand this. This might be a slaughter. I've died
Might be
for
a suicide
money
mission
and
for all
coin.
we need.
Died for coin and prosper before, but this is another level. This creature. Everyone gets told stories about how dangerous they are. Of course, I don't like something being so close to our city, but I also have a sense of self-preservation, Gilgamesh.
And you're implying that I don't?
I don't know what you have. I don't know what you've done since we've met and talked. Oh.
I'm going to fight the dragon. And as much convincing as you want to try and do, it won't work.
Gilgamesh.
I was raised on the foundation of fighting and killing, and I will die on that foundation.
Well, I can't let you get another one over on me, Gil. You're... Alright. Alright. Count me in, Gil. Fuck it. Sure.
I'll glance over to O'Brien.
That is O'Brien, yeah. He's just like, you can see him, he's like almost surprising himself by what he's doing, but as he's just kind of reaching over and adjusting his armor, he picks up the sword and with one hand just kind of puts the greatsword scabbard and all on the table. Oh, I'll go tell that fucking bejeweled gem. Alright. If I die, it's your fault, but it'll be fun. And he stands up, gives you a smile, and then walks over to Yenta. And Tara's just... Her hand has shifted from being underneath her chin to being the side of her head. And there's 11.
Why not make it an even dozen?
Gil, I'm really not privy to being roasted alive.
I don't know anyone who is.
I don't know.
There's a chance this might not even happen. The plan hasn't even been approved yet. But we don't have enough time to sit and wait to gather people after. So we have to do it now.
She kind of like breaks eye contact with you and looks not really into anything. Her eyes just kind of go unfocused. I don't know. I really don't. I gotta think, Gil. It's not just... I want to believe in you, Gil. I do. You're a very capable fighter. You wouldn't have been able to beat me otherwise. But if I agree to this, then Tyron's going to come with me, and I can't put him in danger like that.
Don't think just because I'm trying to recruit the people that I know that I'm not considering the possible outcome that they'll have. I mean, hell, I lost O'Brien for God knows how long. And, I mean, somehow here he is, but I'm not doing it because I don't care about your well-being. I'm doing it because I know you're capable. Granted, not more capable than me. You already said that, right? But
I'll give you that one. I've promised that I'd look over Tyron. I can't do it. I'm sorry, Gil. I can't. And she, like, actually pushes her chair back and kind of stands. God, I feel like a bitch. I'm sorry.
there's no reason to be sorry. It's... I would say it's understandable, but I've never been in a position like yours, so I can't say that I know.
It's all right. I'm just not only responsible for my life. It's a long story. I've got some stuff to think about, Gil. You take care. Keep O'Brien alive, huh?
I'll do my best.
Okay. I still need to win my drinking money from him in cards next week, so keep him around. And she turns and walks out of the meal hall.
Is O'Brien still talking to Yenta?
He's finishing up talking to Yenta.
Okay. Man.
Anything else you want to be doing, or are you good?
I think I'll just go back to the keep.
Okay.
Just go back home.
All right. Meanwhile, at the keep, you all are preparing for your necessary things. Anyone wants to get into detail on that?
I need to go buy more ointment for True Seeing.
Okay. Easy enough to do. That would be... I forgot, is it 25 gold pieces?
Yep, 25 per use.
Okay, so just let me know how much you're getting.
Let's get 3.
Okay, so 75 gold pieces worth of True Sight ointment, which you are able to acquire. All right. Speak now on what you're planning on doing. If there's anything you guys want to be doing.
I don't even know what we should do. I do have a question.
Of course.
So, I did that research on the planes, and specifically the plane of fire. Could I guess that volcano was a planar rift?
If you want to assume that, you could, yeah. You don't have concrete evidence, but
I could guess.
you're fully allowed to guess if that's what you think.
Do you guys want some healing potions? Sick. Sounds good, guys.
Since X and Rem, that was addressed to you, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what happened. I just got back to my desk. What did I miss?
You want healing potions?
Sure. And then I have to make that ointment that he needs. How long is that gonna take me?
Well, he's already bought ointment.
Yeah,
never
I
mind.
bought some. You're fine.
So, any preparation that you guys want to do, I'm trying to see what the 4 of you want to do next.
So
Who
we're going
all
to.
is going to
I'm not allowed.
do negotiations? Right. Soon as allowed.
And we need 1 fire resistance potion.
Ilkawen was joining us, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
He had said that if you wanted him, you could just ask for him and he would come along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then anyone else?
Gil has
I
not
have-
come back yet, but Suna's there.
I have 10 greater healing potions and 10 normal ones. How many do you want?
Ram, you're not coming with, are you?
I am.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Kinda.
Kinda?
Kinda.
That's not very...
I don't want to talk to it, but I'll be there.
I
I'm
got
gonna go
one of
get
each.
that fire resistance potion.
You're gonna go get it?
Yeah.
So you're gonna go buy it from
Don't you
someone?
already have one?
You what?
Yes, we bought a bunch of fire resistance potions.
And we use them in the volcano.
Oh, we did. You're correct. Damn it. God.
Yeah. Maybe you should go talk to him. He doesn't like me.
Okay, you want to give me money to buy them? How many do you need?
Just the one should be okay.
Okay. Well, I'll go buy it and you can pay me back.
Alright.
I guess I'm going to talk to the herbalist.
Shouldn't be more than like 3, technically.
3 gold? It cost me more than that last time. I think it cost me
300.
yeah.
All right, so you head off to talk to the herbalist.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of go up and head through, he's there. He's actually not sleeping, which is a first for you, as he is currently in the middle of mashing something down on the desk, albeit very slowly. And he just kind of lazily looks at me like, "Hello? Oh,
Hi,
can I help?"
I need 2 fire resistance potions.
Oh. Well. That would be... And he kind of, like, looks back at you. Looks back at this... And now you can see what he's looking at. There's a cupboard off to the right-hand side. Looks back at you. You wanted 2?
Yes.
Be 600 gold pieces.
You sure we can't go any lower than that?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Natural 20?
Who are you buying these for?
Did he say who or what?
What you buying them for? He just said it really dopey.
I'm going to go talk to a dragon, and I'm having a couple people come with me.
Wait. Is that slang?
No, that's the actual thing that's happening.
I don't know anyone named Dragon.
No. The dragon that is north of Greywall.
I'm not sure if this will do too much, but okay. You got like 400 gold pieces.
That'll work.
Sick. He kind of moves off and grabs like 2 bulbous bottomed vials that kind of glimmer slightly with this like leathered cap, and he kind of twists them together with twine so they connect. Here you go.
Thank you.
There you go. You pay 400 gold.
Yeah, I'll put them into my bag. I don't think I have any other errands I need to run, so I'll go back to the keep.
Okay. You guys are allowed, I guess, at this point, you guys are allowed to talk, delegate, because I don't think you guys have any more, besides to each other, any more conversations to have. You just need to find out what you're doing.
Right. Have your healing potion. It cost me or fire resistance potion. It cost me 200.
Alrighty. 200 it is. That's 20 platinum handed over, and that's the conversion, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
And I'm poor. I only have 397 platinum. Poor! I'm gonna confirm that it's an actual fire resistance potion and make sure this man's not setting me up for death.
You want me to cast Identify on it?
Bro, I got actual skills that do in fact pay bills. I'm gonna identify it with my herbalism skills.
Make an intelligence check, add herbalism for proficiency.
I think that takes 2.
Do you want inspiration as well?
No. I don't need that. I might need it. I nat one.
Too late, I heard the answer.
I don't know if it passes or fails yet. You don't know this. There's no fire on it. So technically, no. It's that comes to be a total of 9.
Yeah, you're
Looks good.
That looks fine.
It's an off day. I've had a lot of stress. Been thinking about lizard women. You understand?
Alright.
I'm sure you
Okay.
I'll identify mine ritual casting it.
Okay.
Wouldn't that mean you were thinking of Dragonborn ladies? Because you call me
No.
Lizard Man?
Lizard women.
No, but if I'm a Lizard Man,
No. Actual lizard women.
no, man, it checks out.
No, I mean more lizard than humanoid.
There's the Rem had different reasons for going to Daycaria.
Okay. Yours is a potion of healing. Or fire. Potion of fire resistance.
Wait a minute.
I was gonna say that would be...
They're both red. No, they're potion of fire resistance.
Good.
Yeah. At this point, Gil can return so that all of you, or the 4 of you, can talk together. As you guys have, Gil has spent roughly an hour of time hearing Yenta get ragged on for not having a plan, so let's hear your guys' plan.
Do we have a plan? The answer is no.
I gotta find out what item I'm gonna give the damn thing. If it's like, hey, prepare to get fucking murdered.
I still. Did anyone want this +2 longsword of wounding?
I
Was
can't.
Nime gonna use that?
It's a +2 weapon and no one's using it?
That's what I'm saying,
Homie, I have a +3.
right?
That's like infinitely better, so I don't need a +2.
I'm not
Infinitely
proficient with
better.
the damn thing.
Like, no, infinitely better in so many ways.
Right now, just kind of holding on to it in case we needed it.
I need to have something ready in case, but I've blown out all my extra shit.
I have the
I got
perfect
this
thing,
thing
and
that
I'm gonna.
explodes.
I have this bowl from Formound.
Don't tell me you're gonna give it the bowl. Do not.
I'm gonna give it the bowl. I don't need it.
Oh my goodness. It's gonna kill you. It's gonna eat you. It's straight up.
I'll give Brett
sold
the
it.
bowl.
I sold that Inferno Great Axe.
You did.
hmm
That was a pretty good penny for it too.
Do you want this bowl? It's technically magic.
No, because it's gonna want like a halfway decent item.
Let me see if I have something.
I was gonna say, do I have anything to offer?
Let me see if I have something.
All of you are just turning your pockets out. It's just like,
A Shadow Glass dagger, but like that's it. That's the only real like magical piece of weaponry I keep on me.
I have the flying dragon model.
I have horned devil horns, which is exactly what I wrote down on my sheet because I think that's what JC told me to write down.
You mean?
I love it.
Oh my god. I don't think
Yeah,
I
no,
can.
I
I
got
still have
nothing.
the cloak of the bat that no one's using.
I don't think I can go. I don't have anything to give.
Sounds like Zax is gonna be the only one who can. I guess I don't know if we have more than one something to give it. We can just give that to
Well, we-
Ram.
We should give them to whoever's giving it to the dragon because it's going to expect it from different people.
Right.
The other guy has his own thing. I just need to have something to give to it. If it talks to me.
It's true. Might not talk to you.
Did we not have anything?
I think Zex is the only one who has stuff.
We got that magic missile wand, don't we?
We do, but I thought we were keeping that because it's fucking useful.
Yeah. And plus, how that's a... I feel like that's gonna be like a mid-grade item.
I
Like,
only
probably not good
own
enough.
mid-grade items.
Yeah, me too. It's besides like my sword, me too. I guess and my cloak. My boots are kind of cool. Okay, never mind. I have more than I have pretty good stuff.
You see? Shut the fuck up. Give me that sword of wounding.
Are we sure we
forgot
want to
that.
get rid of it?
Is anyone
Yes.
going to
I
use
was gonna
it?
say,
Here, how
unless
about
Nime
this?
takes it. No.
How about this? So I still have 3 pounds of adamantine that's been treated.
I mean,
It's not
do
gonna
you,
want
homie.
that.
do
It
you
might.
think the longsword would be better than this sunglaive?
Keep both. Why not both?
Because we don't want to start giving away our magic items.
Homie,
I
this
mean,
is the
why not
dragon that
keep both?
treated the adamantine. I think it might know.
Are we still using that flail?
Nime has that.
Nime wasn't using the whip, so maybe the whip.
I'm not. I am. Do I look fucking stupid to you? I am not, under any circumstances, going anywhere near that thing with it.
No.
You tried to set me up for fucking failure. Here, drink this. What is it? Drink this.
Drink
It might
this.
not be the same one though.
What? What do you what?
What? It could be a different one.
Give me the magic missile one. If push comes to shove, we can just buy another one.
Okay, I'll give him the magic missile wand.
Okay.
Or
Cool.
here, I didn't
Mhm.
sell the wand of entanglement because I didn't think it was worth it. Give me back the magic missile wand. You give it the wand of entanglement.
Pretty sure you sold that one.
I'm 90% sure I didn't.
Pretty sure you sold it for the manacles.
I'm pretty sure I sold the warmonger armor, not the wand, because
You
the
did.
wand wasn't worth shit.
Oh, so now we're gonna give it to a dragon. Okay,
Exactly.
Sure.
this is a great idea.
The wand of entanglement.
hmm So I'll
Yeah,
keep the
this-
magic missile wand, and you can have the
this
wand.
wand-
of
I'm gonna get
entanglement.
killed one day.
This wand sucks ass. Let's give it to a powerful dragon for like a peace offering. Yeah.
Look, the whip wasn't even that good though.
The peace
True.
offering.
Wasn't.
The peace offering is
Now it-
the claw.
And now it
Like-
doesn't even have the whip.
I just need a bargaining chip because if it asks for anything else on me, I'm gonna be pissed.
hmm
Like if it asks me for anything else, I'm making the royal family pay for it.
What do you mean you're making the why is this the royal family's fault?
I came to make sure their people didn't die. That's the only reason I'm going.
Well, there you go. Meanwhile, I'm just out here recruiting people.
You're like the army recruiter in the high school and the
No,
guilds
that's-
the high school. And like
When-
Jaylene's
when-
like the teacher, like, don't talk to him, don't talk to him.
Yeah, when JC said he was out recruiting people, my mind immediately went to he's a military recruiter.
Basically, like, hey,
Like that's all he is.
you wanna go
Excuse
to
me, have
school
you
for
ever
free?
considered joining the National Guard? So
No, he's like
1 week in a month.
it checks out too because he's like, school. And it's like, what else does it entail? Free school.
You get paid even when you're done.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Friendship, friendship.
It's like, can I get killed? Free
Don't
school.
worry about that. But
No,
like, if you get injured, we're not giving you anything. But don't worry. About
Nah,
it.
it doesn't matter.
We're gonna stop before we get in trouble. What are we doing? We're getting yelled
So
at.
who's-
Don't talk about military recruiters like that. They do good work.
I see military recruiters
Is-
at my school all the time.
I had one friend me on Facebook once.
Oh.
I didn't even answer. I just deleted the message and blocked him.
Yikes. Anyway, dragon.
So who's going? Not me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's just Zex and
The guy
Ram.
that's playing with
Zach,
us-
Ram, and Ilkwin.
The what does he do?
He's the divination arbiter. He's the Goliath
Oh.
who was there.
Do I have to touch something to Arcana check it?
It's kind of like an investigation, so you're like looking at it, but
Okay.
it can be, yeah,
It's better to touch it.
it's better to touch.
Well, yeah, because if you can get your hands on it, you can hit the. Yep, that's magical.
Okay.
Is that not how you Arcana check
Gil's
things? Am I
addicted to
wrong?
magical crack.
We did have a magical crack
Why?
incident.
We did have
Why
a
you-
magical crack incident.
Why you think Rem grinding up all these diamonds, huh? It
What do you
ain't for
think
spell
I'm doing?
casting.
That actually would like just ruin you. I've seen a thing of it. We're getting off track. We have to get back to the dragon. But a guy, he was like doing diamonds and other illicit activities on the same table. And when he went to use his illicit activities, there was diamond dust on like the table.
Oh, it would cut
and
up the inside of
it
his
just-
nose.
It just shredded everything.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Like his nose, his lungs, everything. Like it just fucked everything. So don't do that.
So just skip the illicit drugs, go straight for the diamond. That's all I'm picking up here.
Anyway, the dragon.
Dragon, right? Yeah,
Dragon.
forgot about that.
Oh, this is the best awkward silence I could have asked for.
My brother in Christ, you are the one leading the situation.
Yeah, homie, I'm not going to the dragon, so I don't have any input.
Well,
I don't know, what do you
are you
want?
guys just gonna like?
Listen, if they die, they die. Sucks for them.
You guys
Yeah,
have
man.
basically. I've asked for a plan, and you guys are like,
So my
"Well, we're going to a dragon."
my
I'm
thoughts
just,
are when we first go there, we offer it the magic items, most prominently the claw, and then once that has happened, we ask to negotiate to see if maybe it would be willing to relocate itself either back to the Lost City or somewhere else that's not within this area.
go
in
somewhere
addition to
not here.
trying to find out if it's actually intending to attack Greywall.
Do you really think it would tell you though? Like, would it really be like, "Aw, man, you got me"?
Whether or not it would tell us, it can't hurt to ask.
So since you know what, we're gonna reverse the stereotype. What's the seduction roll? Is it persuasion?
Oh no, JC, don't tell him.
Is
We
it
don't wanna know this.
persuasion?
You already know.
Give me inspiration. Theoretically, let's say I had inspiration and guidance really quickly. I'm gonna seduce the dragon.
I don't think I like this theoretical situation.
So if I'm seducing the dragon, really quickly, just rolling for it. It's not very good, but it could be better. If I were to roll to seduce the dragon, I would be
Without
at.
inspiration.
I am adding the inspiration. I would have a 23.
That's probably not even close to good enough.
So what is it? Is it persuasion?
Yeah. So, just for the sake of the argument, I'll do it
Oh
one more
my
time
god!
because I know
For the
I.
sake of the argument, I will try as well.
I rolled the average on
Oh.
everything, so
I just
that's
checked my
only
stat. I want
slightly
to see if
above
I can do
average.
it. I only got
And
a
I'm gonna
plus 2
assume you're
anymore.
giving me guidance.
So, if I have inspiration and guidance, this
What
one
is this? What is this
is
hypothetical?
this
mine-
one comes
this
to a
is-
29.
I would rather the whole
mine
town get raised than this
was
happen.
A
I'd rather
29
everyone
as
just
well.
die.
So, what pickup line are you using on the dragon? Because I'm using tiny but mighty. What are you using?
I'm not using a pickup line. He needs pickup
J-
lines when you just
JC,
ask.
am I allowed to leave yet? Am I allowed to go now? I don't want to
This
be
is
here
this,
anymore.
this is all hypothetical.
For the
This
sake of
might
the
not
argument.
actually happen.
Look,
Just
you're willing
imagine-
to sacrifice your friend.
I'm just imagining Rem and Zex just sitting at the table,
This
like
is the true love
like
triangle.
slightly like Zex is taking the breastplate off, the broom is like thrown across the table, and they're like, what if we go and make it a nice dinner?
they're like trying to pick up lines on each other, just
what
like
if
see
I-
if they
what
work.
Like, what if I have the broom just stand like just straight up, and I use it as a pole and I begin dancing? Does that give me any form of bonuses to the seduction check?
Zex is like holding the top of the broom so it doesn't like fall over.
Watch this. Oh my god. The old she's my cherry pie starts playing.
Oh, and I have a question for a clarification on the voice real quick while we're here, just because it could be important while we're fighting this dragon if
What's up?
it comes to that.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of the spells in there are concentration.
Uh-huh.
Can I like cast the spell and then later change it back to swords, and just as long as I'm still concentrating, the spell stays?
Yes.
Or does it have to remain in the...
It does not have to remain as a
Violin.
as the violin.
I can, as
The
long as
violin
I
is how you
spell
cast
while
the
it's
innate
violin.
spells, yes.
Got it. Awesome.
Yes.
And are you that if you couldn't use the scimitar itself as an arcane focus, that it would be an issue? But since you can, I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'm fine. We're chilling.
He's good.
We're
We're
gonna first scope out the thing, see what's going on, and then like see if the dragon is even interested in speaking to us. We're not gonna tell it that we're launching an attack or anything.
No. In addition, I'm not teleporting us up there. We're walking
Yeah, because you have
because I want the option to fucking leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is going to be a multiple day thing.
Will it take days to walk up there?
It'll take a couple, yeah.
Take like 2 or 3.
That's fine. Do you want to contact Ilkalin?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. I want to go see if I can buy a messenger hawk that can just stay here for now, for later use.
A messenger hawk?
Good luck with
Does
that.
it exist in Papihos? Or a carrier pigeon?
No, they exist. I just blindsided by that.
That's
Didn't
okay.
expect it.
It's no jorts.
It's no jorts.
Can the hawk wear the jorts?
No. Why do you want
Why
to
not?
Because
And
birds
I
aren't
dressed up the
designed
hawk
to
in
wear
funny
jorts.
outfits.
Birds aren't designed to wear jorts. That's the new quote of the day. Their biology.
That sucks.
Their
Let
biology.
me get a scroll of polymorph. We're gonna give this bird jorts. Continue. I'm sending a sending spell to the guy.
Okay.
So is that a yes? I can go and get a messenger hawk?
Sure.
Okay.
I just didn't expect it, is all.
That's okay. How much is this going to run me?
Let's find out. This will be a second, so Rem, you can do your sending first.
I'm just gonna send him and say, hey, we're ready to leave. Bring whoever you're bringing and your magic item.
Okay.
Ooh, and I still need to order those aviators.
The aviators? Oh, yeah.
The aviators.
Yeah, I remember that. So to buy a hawk, it would be 75 gold pieces.
Oh, that's not bad. Can I persuade them to go cheaper?
Make a persuasion check.
Natural 20 again.
Let's see. They'd be willing to knock 25 off of it, so 50 gold.
Okay, works for me.
All right.
And just hang out at the house now.
All right. There's just Zex comes back and just releases a hawk into the house.
No, it's living in my room, but you know,
Yeah.
I'll leave the window open because now it'll come back, right?
Sure. You might be.
No, it's not mine. I bought this fucking hawk. It's mine now.
All right. So, you guys, Rem and Zex go up to the northern gate, and waiting for you is the Goliath Arbiter, with just his robes on, the hood pulled up, and he nods at you. Are we ready?
Ready enough, I guess.
Let us go talk to a dragon. And the three of you head out from Greywall. So, your first and second day do not have any general issues. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure Gil and Suna will know that they're getting a little bit skipped over at this point.
That's fine. I do want to talk to Gil at some point, but I'm not worried about it.
Okay. So your first and second days go without issue, Rem, Zex. As the three of you kind of go, just at this point, it's just a kind of steady, slow, maintained pace. Ilkewin insists that you guys go slightly off the road, and so you're walking on just slightly more uneven terrain, but he insists. You're welcome to walk in the middle of the road if you don't want to, but...
Why would we walk on the side of the road? Are we, like, trying to go talk to this dragon? Isn't that the point?
Would prefer to talk to the dragon on our terms as much as possible.
We're literally just walking into its territory. None of this is on our terms. What difference will it make?
Oh. Call me overly cautious. And he kind of steps onto the road with you guys, I guess. And your steps kind of just crunching into the dirt and rubble of the road. So... how are you planning on getting its attention?
Well, last time we just sort of walked around until it found us. You wouldn't happen to know where its, like, lair is, would you?
We are getting that information currently. I would get a message from another arbiter once he found it. There is one other arbiter close by searching, but he does not wish to be seen by a dragon, and that is our goal, as you put it. So we should hopefully not see him.
Well, once we get within its territory, why don't we just pick a direction into the woods and start walking?
You're the one who's talked to it. And after the walking for the second day, the third day comes around. And on this day, both of you have such high passive perceptions that it doesn't really matter. What both of you can see is a stretch of farmland that you two kind of vaguely remember from when you traveled up north before to Fourmount. It was abandoned before, and now as both of you look, you've got a couple 100 feet away from it. You can see figures kind of moving, shorter figures, about 2 to 3 feet tall. Just kind of mulling around. As you both kind of squint and focus in on it, you can make out the draconic forms of these bodies.
Has it been a whole day?
It's been 3.
Oh, I guess I have a question for you. Locate creature wouldn't allow me to locate the ancient red dragon, would it?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
The wording says, describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. You sense the direction of the creature's location as long as you know. It basically says you can locate a specific creature known to you, or the nearest creature of a specific kind, so long as you have seen such a creature up close within 30 feet at least once.
You have not seen Zex could do this. You have not seen I mean, you've seen a small
Would it be good
red
enough?
dragon.
Then I would only be able to find this. I wouldn't be able to find the one we're looking for.
They're technically the same species, just
They're
one
the
is
same.
older than the other.
Yeah, they're the same
I'll let
creature,
you rule on that while I go grab something.
such as a human or a unicorn. So yeah, I would.
But if you just said dragon, I'm betting a lot of this shit would start pinging off because they have the dragon type.
So, yeah, you wouldn't be able to do the specific creature, but you'd be able to ping on dragons. Because you've, back when you guys killed a red dragon, a small one, very, very baby one, you were pretty close to that one, as Gil shoved a greatsword into its eye. But you guys are several hundred feet away from this farm territory, and you can see their kobolds just kind of milling around.
I'm back. Will it work?
Oh, they're kobolds milling around.
You'd be able to ping dragons. You're not familiar with the specific dragon, so if by some chance there's a second or third dragon bumbling around here, you might ping on them. But you have seen a dragon when Gil shoved it through a baby red dragon's eye.
So it would take all types of dragons from any age range.
Yeah, dragon.
Okay, but I could say red dragon. It would only give me red ones, right?
I'd just say dragons. Because human or unicorn, it's not specifying the color of a human. It's just human. They're the same race.
No, I'll save that one for after stream. That's an after stream. Okay.
Oh my god.
I have to figure out what I'm picking up and what I'm dropping.
Why don't we just go and ask these kobolds to take us to their leader?
I'm still
That's
gonna keep
racist.
myself.
That's racist.
Still gonna keep my.
It is on your judgment.
The last ones I met didn't really like. I have the spell ready already.
As we're going in, I am going to put the Hood of Darkness over my face. The perfect disguise.
I'm not going up to them. I'll stay in the background. You'll have better luck if I'm not around.
Okay. So, Hood of Darkness on.
I mean, am I aware of kobold gnome racism?
I mean, Rems.
I can guesstimate for being artillery striked.
Rems mentioned it in passing multiple times, so I assumed you did.
I mean, I suppose I'd know. Of course I'd know. Because the guy that did the thing that makes them racist is a prominent figure from my homeland, isn't he?
Garl?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, then I'd know. Yeah.
Would you prefer I go with you or stay back with him?
Up to you.
Whichever one gives us the best chance.
I'll shrug and start walking towards the kobolds.
You can go with them. I'll be fine here.
I don't want to exacerbate anything. Oh well.
This guy's not a gnome, is he? He's a Goliath?
He's a Goliath.
You should be fine.
It's a sliding scale of height from Rem to Zex to him. So
Yeah, it should be fine. You can go with him.
I will, I guess, go with him. And he walks about 8-9 paces behind Zex.
and I'll just stay back, like, out of eyesight.
All right. Zex, as you approach, eventually, as long as you're not trying to be stealthy, one of the kobolds catches you as they're kind of crawling up a section of split fence where the wood itself, the actual supporting beams are fine, but the top horizontal beam has kind of like fallen over but is still attached on one end. He's kind of climbing before he kind of looks over, sees you, and points and lets out this kind of like squeal. The kind of, you can see all this kind of stuff. This house almost kind of like pulses a little bit as you watch different sections, like different kobolds climb out of windows of the house, or the door opens and several of them come out. And just like before, when you guys had encountered them within the Lost City, you begin to hear this like more bestial sound as from behind the house, this like larger red drake form comes out, but this time there's actually a small saddle and is being ridden by a small kobold.
Cool.
As kobolds begin kind of just racing out, and as they begin going, the one kobold just kind of slides the half foot down to the actual ground and begins like unclipping, and it's just like he is like trying to hide himself slightly behind the pole. He's not doing a very good job. And as the kobold that is on top of the drake kind of like snaps on the reins a bit, the drake just kind of begins picking up this kind of jogging pace before eventually it kind of jumps up with the 4 feet and snaps the 2 bars that the kobold is next to, and they kind of hit the ground, and the other kobold that was trying to hide from you just kind of like jerks back as you get closer. As you are noticing, none of the kobolds are leaving the fence line, although you are able to pick out very quickly some of these kobolds have not just slings but small short bows that they are aiming as you are being watched as you are approaching.
I'll put my hands in the air. I'm not drawing any weapons.
Okay. You can kind of see in your peripheral behind you as the Arbiter just slowly sees you do that and does the same. As the two of you walk closer and closer. 100 feet away now. 75 feet away now.
They're not shooting.
50 feet. 40. 30. And you are able to just walk straight up to the fence as you are feeling this kind of like hot residual breath of the drake just kind of coursing over past the two of you, as the kobold's just kind of looking down at you from this point, as the drake has kind of elevated itself and the kobold has kind of stood up in the saddle to look down on you.
Hello.
State business?
We've come to talk to the dragon.
Talking is not business.
We've come to give the dragon wonderful weapons. I'll pull the claw out of my bag of holding.
And he kind of like looks down at the one that's like trying to still hide and like jerks its head, and the other one kind of nods and slowly pushes past the drake and like stands like right next to you, and he's trying to take the sword out of your hands.
Yeah, no, I'm putting it back in the bag.
Okay, make a contested athletics check.
Look, if this dude takes my sword, we're gonna have a problem. Athletics?
Yep. Ooh.
Gross. 23.
Oh, you were so lucky.
This dice is so good. I rolled another natural 20.
My God.
I know, it's ridiculous today, huh?
as he does grab it surprisingly firmly, but you wrench it away. And he's like, ah! And the other kobold just, She can take her own gifts. She does not need large, meaty hands to hand them to her. They've sullied the swords long enough.
Yes, well, you see, it was more of a personal offering. Not something I would just hand off to her underlings.
You a servant of her?
Not exactly.
How can you be trusted if you are not a servant of her?
I've spoken with her before, and here I still am.
Make a persuasion check.
Wasn't a nat 20 that time. 17.
Kind of squints at you.
It can't see my face. I got the hood on.
Yeah, he's trying. The World Eater will not take bad gifts lightly. She will appreciate more. She wants more. Alright. You can take your gifts and you head them with us. We'll be watching.
You're welcome to watch all you want.
She will take your gifts, and then, if she does not appreciate them, she will take you. Come on. And you watch the kobold pulls on the reins, and the drake just kind of wrenches off. Come here.
I'll speak into the ring. Ram, come on.
I'm gonna pull my hood way, way up and death ward myself.
Okay. As you kind of emerge from the back, that's a 9 to hit as an arrow just kind of flies about 30 feet too short and slams down.
Whoa.
It's a...
They're with us.
Don't likes this. They've been hiding. How many more hiding in the trees?
They weren't hiding. They were just waiting behind, figuring we would be better suited to talk to you.
Do they have gifts?
They do, yes.
We will take them to the World Eater. Come. Come on.
I'm going.
As the three of you are kind of grouped together, these...
Can I touch the both of them and death ward them?
If you want to.
Get death warded.
I feel suddenly like not dying today.
As the kobolds kind of go through and they're like, oh, wait. You might be evils trying to find where she roams. And they kind of like snap their head to the side and kind of whistle something. And some kobolds come out and they have small like flour sacks.
If they try and put this shit over my face.
They are just bringing them over. And the one on the drake kind of looks back.
Would True Sight allow him to see through the bag?
No.
No. It doesn't let me see through walls either.
No, that'd be X-ray.
Yes, exactly. Do these flour sacks look particularly thick?
Uh,
Like it would
They're-
actually be hard to see through them?
they're not good quality sacks, but they are like the
It's enough.
thick, like canvas of a flour sack. Like they probably will obscure your vision.
Are they throwing it down over my hood, or are they pulling my hood down?
They have not tried to put it on any of you. There's just one of them that is standing next to the Drake, just holding this bundle of sacks, as the one saying that you'll not be able to see until you only see her. You want to give gift?
How confident am I in my lying abilities in this case?
I don't know.
Well, that won't be necessary. We already
Good
know where
guidance.
she's at.
You just kind of smack Zax on the back. Make a deception check.
With guidance. $28.
I used to sleep on guidance. I'm
Oh
never
wait,
gonna do
this
that
is more
again.
than 28. Hold on. This
No.
is a 30.
You did say you know hers. She would not want us to keep our gifts being held. Come here. And pulls on the reins, and the Drake kind of pulls off to the side. Come. And the Drake begins moving. You guys following the Drake?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna try and walk as closely to Rem as I can.
Sure. As the three
You're
of
so
you begin
short,
walking
it's
with the
gonna be
Drake.
hard to whisper anything in your ear in a discreet fashion.
My perception's dumbass high. You don't even really gotta whisper to me. I have a passive perception of 20. I
You just
hear it.
whisper into the air.
Theoretically would work.
Practically, it wouldn't though.
What you doing? It's not about whether Rem hears it or not. It's about whether the kobolds hear it.
The kobolds are fine. They're too dumb to understand what I'm saying.
Speaking a language they can't understand.
You don't know Infernal.
What else you got?
That's it. Common and Infernal.
Non-deep speech speaker.
Whatever. I'll whisper in Rem's ear.
Okay, so you just kind of bend down and whisper.
Can I try and do it discreetly?
Sure,
There's
make
no
a sleight of
discreet
hand
way
check.
Call it performance.
That's gonna be a 22.
Okay.
Okay.
You just kind of lean down and whisper.
If this negotiation fails, I'm gonna try and grab one of the things sticking out of her neck.
I wouldn't recommend it.
We want more information on it, don't we?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Be ready to go
You
if
could
things go sideways.
take, 3 weeks of preparation down to 3 hours. I wouldn't do it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
As the three of you are led for a couple of hours, actually, you guys kind of move through the woods. It's mostly north, but you eventually start kind of peeling a little bit to the east, until eventually you can see a section of the land is just a bit more. You can see on either side of you at one point that there are like large circular parts of the force that look to have just been completely insta-flash burned away. As you guys kind of go through this, like some weird almost gate. As it's the flash burn circle and then maybe like 100 feet and then another flash burn circle that you can see on either side of you as you guys move through. And inside of these circles, you can see the ground turns from grass and dirt to just charred, and there's bits of like different bits of ash and charcoal that you guys are stepping on and moving through as the kobolds just begin peering around each of you at several points here, and eventually are able to pick out these flying forms, smaller Zeks than what you saw before, but there are multiple things flying in the air, about 3 of them.
Do any of them look like actual dragons, seeing as I've researched what actual dragons are now?
You can make a nature check.
I'll provide advantage? I'm not proficient in nature. Can I do that?
No, you have to be proficient.
Well, then I'll just do it myself.
Okay.
17.
17. As you are looking at these, from what you can pick out from their forms and sightlines, although these are draconic creatures, they don't look like pure-blooded dragons.
22.
22. You are kind of getting onto the same thing of, as they kind of fly by a bit closer, you see that their bodies aren't like scaled, more as in there's this almost like hardened exoskeleton of like pinkish flesh on the outside. As you can see, the tail itself is not scaled either, but actually several like more bony appendages ending in a long stinger as they kind of fly by.
Okay.
And then as it is, you guys can look and see more and more of this as this space is kind of expanding more and more outward as it's widening in as you go in, as you can just see small just hills at first that seem just like hills that are covered in ash, and then as you guys actually get to them, you feel your feet sink in and you realize that these are mounds of ash, mounds of charcoal. As you step through more and you can see different sections of other kobolds marching and looking and taking note in groups of like 20 to 30 each. And then you can feel the heat change. Only by a couple of degrees at first, but it quickly builds to going from about like a 60-degree day to quickly something more along the lines of 80 with direct sunlight. Beads of sweat rem are just moving down yours and the Arbiter's head as you guys kind of move through, and eventually you can see a difference. One mound of ash is larger than the others, and as you guys get closer, both of you can see the ash has actually been sort of mixed with something and hardened into a top, where then right below it you can see this slope that slowly goes down and disappears in this massive, about 80-foot slit in the actual cave. As it kind of goes down, you can see coils of smoke dissipating quite quickly as it goes out, and ash plumes. As, if you could guess, this might be a lair.
So before we approach that, can I try and like suddenly hand this other potion of fire resistance to our friend here?
You had 3 days to do
I totally forgot. I totally forgot. I'm sorry.
it. Sure, make a sleight of hand check.
Be guided.
Natural 20.
Never.
My
Stay
God.
guided. Stay
As it
guided.
just quietly slip it into his hand, and he's just like, he takes it quite tightly. Just, well, you did it. And slips it into his robe.
You can keep that guidance for the next minute, though.
Okay. I'm thinking this is going to take longer than a minute, unfortunately.
Yeah, as you guys are kind of pulled up, and the kobold kind of looks at all of you, and you can see this grin of pointed teeth kind of cross their face. Watch your breathing. And Drake begins to descend, actually stepping into the ash itself at the entrance of this. And as the three of you kind of step in, you can feel your boots just sink about like a foot into just ash.
This can't be good for the lungs. Can I get like a scrap of cloth or something from my sundered clothes that I just still have?
She's just gonna root around in your
I'm
bag.
gonna like pull out like the sundered clothes, rip off a strip,
Okay.
and just reach into the hood
Mm-hmm.
and tie it around my mouth and nose.
Okay. All right. As you do that, Gwen just kind of sees you, and you actually see he doesn't have much, but he kind of reaches underneath his cloak and he pulls up this kind of like undershirt and just pulls it over his face, and just kind of holds it with one hand on the bridge of his nose, as the three of you kind of step in. As you do, your boots kind of throw up ash kind of unwittingly, and as you travel down, you can see all the ashes kind of collecting. As even as you guys are beginning to move slowly, you can feel it just kind of building on your shoulders, on your head, seeping into your clothes, until you guys take a quick twist off to the left, where the cave actually levels out, but the ash is still very deep. I will let you guys know that at certain points, the ash is so deep that it would count as difficult terrain, and at some points it is not deep enough to count as difficult terrain. At this point...
How long does Gust last?
How long to what?
Gust.
I don't remember.
I can find it for you really quickly.
As
I got it.
you guys get into this kind of new, like, larger chamber, you can see there are, even as you guys are overturning, you're looking, and you can see different glimmers in the ash. You can see different gold and silver and copper pieces just buried within the ash. And as the kobolds kind of go around, the one on the Drake kind of moves off to the left side of you three and kind of makes a hand signal at another one. You watch a kobold go over and actually start digging on the right side of the chamber, digging through the ash until there's a small brass bell that they uncover. And they take a spear and they hit the side of the bell, and this goes and reverberates. And there's silence. Guidance wears off.
Damn it. I'm so incredibly disappointed.
And the bell slowly peters out in sound. And as both of you just kind of instinctually strain to hear, you can hear this soft as first it sounds almost like this like sweeping sound, and then it gets louder and you realize it is the sound of shifting ash. As both of you have been down here for a while, I need both of you to make a Constitution saving throw. Zek, since you described how to protect yourself, you get to make it with advantage.
Yay.
Not high enough.
Oh no, me neither.
Let me know.
8.
5.
Oh my
You rolled
god!
a 5 with
I
advantage?
rolled a 2 and a 4. I knew those nat 20s were going to come back to bite me in the ass.
Oh my god.
Have fun dying and getting black
God
lung.
damn it.
As both of you are just kind of as both of you are just kind of coughing
Sippers.
a little a little bit,
Drink it up.
you can drink it. As both of you currently, as you've sucking down the potion, you also get a bit of ash in your system, and currently both of you have the poisoned effect on you.
You gotta be. That's annoying.
I'll let you know Ilkewin did not pass either. with a 9.
With advantage as well.
Yeah, he rolled a 7 and a 9.
Well,
All right.
this is really unfortunate.
As those footsteps are coming. And then they stop, and you can hear this scratching sound coming from the side. And then another minute passes, and you can see beginning this large kind of just darkness throughout that even with dark vision, it kind of extends beyond your range before this small bead of red shows up. And then it gets bigger and brighter. And then you can actually see it shift slightly, and it's 2. And you realize that these are glowing orange eyes. As they get bigger and larger, you can see the kind of plane of both the eyes kind of shifts slightly to be diagonal, and then actually, as it comes into the dim light of all of you, as she makes light herself, you can see that she's illuminating this small for her, big for you guys passageway, and one claw is gripping the side of the wall, and the other side is supplanted in the ash as this massive red dragon head peers out. As you can see 3 sources of light, one from each ember of the eyes, and another from the throat broiling whenever the mouth opens. Speak.
Hello. We've come to negotiate terms with you about your current position within the surrounding area.
I recognize your scent.
I'll take off the hood. That's fine. Whatever.
The claw just scrapes off of the wall and plants this plume of ash, kind of spreads out. Terms. Another step. Another step. At this point, the dragon is about 30 feet away from all of you. You both can notice the kobolds instinctively just backing up.
Can I make an insight check to see if it's pissed off?
Sure.
I'll give it a go too.
Sure.
15.
Remember, you have disadvantage.
I do.
Poison.
15.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Doesn't appear angry.
No
More
angrier
of just
than a dragon.
More of just. It's a little intimidating, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Terms.
But before we get to that, I come with an offering. I'll reach down into the bag and pull out the claw.
As this large sword kind of shines off of the orange glow emitting from the dragon, you can see the eyes burn more.
Can I insight this reaction?
Yeah,
As well.
sure.
Oh, dirty 20.
Okay.
14.
You're a little too focused on those eyes glowing, Zex. Rem, this is very, very gleeful. This is the equivalent of this is the equivalent of a D&D player when someone pulls out a Tarrasque minifigure of just oh yeah.
This is when you ask your parents for McDonald's and they say no, but then you see them actually turn into the McDonald's.
Yes.
Yo, that is more than glee. That is your entire every day, and the every day for your posterity's day is made, and it is everything that you ever wanted.
You feel this tug on the blade.
I'm holding on to it for now.
Okay, I would like
I'm
you
not
to make a athletics check.
With this
You're going to die.
I rolled a
can we know what
19
this
and an
thing's
18,
rolls,
so
by the way?
21.
21.
It's probably still not good enough.
As you are holding on to it, all of a sudden the sword, which I forgot whether I don't think it had a scabbard on it, just kind of rips through your hands and floats about 10 feet away from the dragon as it's just watching.
Let's
Do I take any damage from that?
I am gonna say you take damage from that.
How much am I taking?
You take 3 points of slashing damage.
Am I taking the extra elemental damage?
No, because it's not attuned to anyone.
That's kind of what I figured.
I'm gonna check those spears while I'm here.
While
it's engrossed.
Are they still on the neck there?
You can see small blue, spurts of electricity coming from those. And there are 3 metal rods in there. Huh?
But I don't have a good enough look to Arcana check it, do I?
It'd be... What are you trying to get?
I just want to see if there's anything etched on it. What's the source of its power? What's going on here?
Yeah, so that'd be a perception check.
Can I give him advantage?
That's double 20s
Oh!
for a total of 30.
The rods themselves do seem to be inscribed. You can see these rings that kind of are about half a foot apart from each other going down the rod as they're actually embedded in the neck. And as you're looking, what you notice is the lightning that pulses from it seems to jump from arcane band to arcane band, like rune band. And this is the same for all 3 of them. You also notice that as the dragon is doing this, either they're very used to this pulse of electricity, or they don't care, because they do not flinch, you do not see any reaction, and the arcane bolts of electricity do not seem to be either painful or easy to ignore for it. And you don't see anything but the sword slowly floats past the right side of the head of the dragon and disappears in the darkness.
I take it that was a pretty good offering, then?
I will hear your terms.
Am I right in assuming that you originally came here from the lost city of Prosperity? A large city to the east of here?
I've lived many places. The Eastern City is one.
We would ask that you would return there.
This is my land. I claim domain here.
Why is it sniffling like this? I didn't assume dragons... It sounds like it's congested. Is this normal?
You don't know.
Can I...
What I know? Is this normal?
Like, it sounds like it's choking.
Guys could make medicine checks, I guess.
Can I be guided?
If you want to.
18.
18.
15.
As you can see these rods in the neck, they are... You can... It is possible that it is restricting something within the dragon. But you don't necessarily know. The throat does seem to be... the way the voice is being projected and how it's shifting between some of it being very gruff and other times becoming slightly smoother when it's speaking slower does seem to indicate something in the way of blockage.
Kana check these rods?
You can try.
I'd like to remember these sigils that I'm seeing as well, if I can.
Sure.
To the best of my ability.
Can I just subtly rub my eyes and cast True Seeing?
Damn.
Make a sleight of hand check.
That's a 17. That could have been a 28.
Okay.
A sleight of hand, you said?
Sleight of
That's
hand.
also with disadvantage.
Yes, it
This
is.
sucks. How long is this going to last?
Until we leave, probably.
25 or 23.
23.
Until we get a structured settlement.
As they're watching this, you go and cast it, and you're not sure whether they notice it or not, but
my passive is also like 22.
And as you cast it, gotta see what True Sight gives you.
This spell gives the willing creature you touch the ability to see things as they actually are. For the duration, the creature has True Sight, notices secret doors hidden by magic, and can see into the ethereal plane out to a range of 120 feet.
Can see through all polygons.
Yeah, nothing changes.
Not even with the True Sight?
Not with True Sight.
It's brighter!
It's brighter.
It is. Is there anything extra?
No, there's not.
Okay.
That was the 17 on my Arcana.
Okay. Um,
And there are no illusions or anything.
no,
And
you
there's
do not.
nothing in the ethereal plane.
No, there's nothing in the ethereal plane here. Actually, yeah, there wouldn't be. There's nothing. All right, Rem, you are working on committing these bands of runes to memory.
Yes.
Okay.
Would you be willing to negotiate borders to your territory?
Do they wish to give land?
Actually, we would prefer if you stopped expanding.
I resided over a city. Been demoted to this forest land. And just kind of whips its head to the side.
I assume you left the city due to a woman who came back and resided under the temple, correct? She's no longer there.
Would you like to make a deception check? Because you don't know whether she's there or not?
As far as I'm aware, she's left.
You don't know whether she has or not.
She teleported away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. You did see her teleport away. So
Yes.
that would be persuasion.
I'm using different guys. Hold on. $23.
I am a nigh immortal. I do not so easily let people decide where I reside.
If it wasn't for her, then what reason did you really have for leaving?
Insight this response.
Okay.
21.
They're getting aggravated. They're getting mad.
I'm gonna nudge him.
I move where I want. I take what I want. I consume what I desire. You can see this whip, and again, as your passes are noting, the cavern itself, although you had been led in with about half a dozen kobolds, is they're all just at the entrance to this chamber now, as they've all kept moving away from this. The dragon itself takes another massive step forward, and I'd like all of you to make Constitution saves again, as ash gets thrown directly into all of you.
Do we get, now we don't get advantage because we're already...
Yeah, you get a normal roll.
oh boy.
It's the curse of my Constitution saves because It's another 8.
Okay.
I got a 17 this time.
Okay. You pass it. Ilkewin passes. Rem, you take a point of exhaustion.
What does that do?
I
Am
believe it's.
unpoisoned yet.
You are not
It's the same
unpoisoned.
thing, isn't it?
You are not unpoisoned yet.
Yeah.
Disadvantage on ability checks. No
Yeah,
different.
It's no difference right
different.
now.
I'm gonna cover my mouth now.
Okay. I will not be talked down to like a insubordinate resident.
We have no intention of disrespect.
Then what do you bring?
I need to insight check. Is it asking like what I'm bringing to offer? Because I'm pretty sure I just gave her a sick ass sword.
Uh-huh.
That is a D12, not a D20.
Yeah.
It's just as well. I rolled a 3 on it. That's a 13.
Damn.
I rolled better on the D12.
Rip.
16.
16. It's fully... It's right now that was a non kind of question from her. It's she's trying to
hold back because she's not necessarily upset with us, but we're reminding her why she's upset, and then it's just pissing her off, and now we're becoming the problem. More or less, right?
That's a very detailed way. I was just gonna say she's just quelling
she feels
anger.
Slighted and you're picking at the wounds.
She's trying to quell and restrain. Peculiar for humanoids to come and talk. Talking is beneath where most feel. They come and they demand. They pressure. They fight. Squabble. Some alone. Some with armies. Some with slaves. All want the same. But you come and you speak. But why? And there's another step as the left leg lurches forward and the dragon, now 20 feet away, the massive head curls down over. As if there was a shadow, Zex, you would be in it.
Is it actually asking why we came? Do I need to insight that too?
If you want to. You
I
don't
know
have
what
to.
it means. It's such
Oh,
a fucking
boy.
weird thing.
24.
19.
19.
Did you get my 24?
Behind all of this seemingly bubbling rage and malice and intimidation, it is curious. She's, to give you the lore dump without the dragon, she has only ever had humans come and attack. Humanoids walk in by themselves or with armies. But you three are talking.
That makes us interesting.
I think that's the only reason we haven't been fucking murdered. I'm waiting to speak up because I'm gonna let you handle it, and I'm just gonna talk when necessary. But you're doing fine.
I'm doing okay.
You're doing fine. I'll leave it to you. I'll interject if I think I need to, but
It's
fuck it,
actually
you're doing
curious
fine.
why. To be frank with you, we're just trying to be the best neighbors that we can be without inciting unnecessary conflict.
You come from the south.
That is correct.
And you see this claw slice into the ground and pull up this mound of ash and coin, and within it you can see a this like slice of metal through it. And she pushes it up and it lands on the ash in front of you all. And what you can all see is this silver ringed this red and silver ringed circle with a line kind of pulling across it in silver as well. And what you guys are realizing is that is the insignia of the Greywall army.
May I examine this further?
Do what you wish.
I'll bend down. Is it small enough that I can pick it up?
Oh yeah, as you pick it up, it looks to be a part of like a breastplate that has been carved out. One slash of it seems to have been very quick, done with something intensely sharp, and the rest of it seemed to have been bent metal as if something was torn. Like as if this section of the armor was torn out of the actual piece.
I'll turn around and hand it to our arbiter friend back here and ask him, did you know of this?
I know about it too late.
Where did this come from?
Armies. Like they do. Like they always do. They attack. They try to kill. Drive off. But I am above armies. I'm above individuals. I am the consumer. I take what I want, and I took them. Their army is mine now.
Does it look like it's going to attack us?
Not more than it has before.
Okay, that's fine. We're good.
14 insight.
You have no idea.
Oh
Well,
my.
can I make an insight here too?
You can certainly try.
15?
You don't think she's gonna attack you? She's getting...
You got like 2 more
She's
minutes.
very close. At this point, she is within melee range of Zex, of course, but even within reach of Rem and the Arbiter.
I was unaware of any attack, and anything that came up here, I expressed our sincerest apologies for it.
Have claimed this forest is mine. Will not have it taken by soft words or harsh actions. Neither will strip me of what I am owed.
Where are the
I'm gonna-
borders of the woods on this map? Can you show them to me real quick, Jacob?
Sure.
I'm gonna tap Zex, asking as if he wants me to speak.
I'll just give me a moment. I need to
Yeah.
know where the borders of the woods are.
Yeah, just let me know when you're ready. I'll try to speak up a little bit.
Yeah. So the scattered woods actually only go up for about 10 miles past where the name is on the map. So
Oh,
about here. However, they extend all the way 35 miles down.
so where does it end? Like on the left and right sides?
So it ends
Give us a
about
box.
yeah,
Can I
about,
put a box here?
if you want to.
Perhaps.
It ends about
Okay.
5 miles away from Lockton.
Okay.
And
so
it
like
actually
here.
combines with the living woods, where there's a kind of like battle where the living trees are like wrapping and strangling the trees from the scattered woods.
Do you intend to remain in these woods, these scatter woods, or do you intend to expand into the living woods as well?
I make my domain as I see fit. For now, they have their god here. They are satisfied. The city that I saw was miles. This wood is miles as well. I see only this wood at the moment. My fire takes these trees alone.
So insight was 22. I'm wondering who they are, and like if it's telling me that it's intended to expand past for the time being, or if it's content where it is.
I'll give it a go too. Nah, yeah, I'm gonna fuck off.
Okay. They're very hard to read. You do not know.
With a 22?
You do not know. And
I should start giving you advantage.
and it's a
Just give me advantage.
thing of insight won't tell you information that they themselves are not revealing. You don't know who they are.
I mean, she said their queen is here, so I'm assuming she means the kobold.
When you
Yes.
refer to they, are you referring to the various creatures who are almost magnetized towards your presence?
My servants. They brought you to me. They're mine. Hate to tell you, but you're not getting a straight answer out of her. That's probably
That's
as
fine.
straight an answer as you're going to get.
Yeah. Her servants. How close is she now?
She's 10 feet away from you.
Have I memorized these runes?
With how close she's getting, you have a good feeling about them, yeah.
So I could say once I leave her, I could get most of them down on paper.
Yeah, you could make an attempt at it. Yeah, absolutely.
Could I also attempt to memorize these runes real quick?
In your position where her head is looking pretty much straight down on you, you do not have a good vantage point, my dude.
Would
Rem
I
and
take, like,
Ilkewin have an amazing vantage point on these.
Can I take like a better look and just try to commit this to memory more?
Yeah, that can be what you're doing. You're fine.
Is it Arcana or?
You've already made your Arcana roll, but you are focusing on getting this. I'm keeping it in mind.
So Perception instead?
You've made your roll. You've distinguished what they are. Yeah.
I've memorized the runes. Can I attempt to like decipher them at this point?
I will let you try to gain some sort of insight on them. Yeah. So you make an Arcana check on that.
Oh, 15.
15. You're not able to get too much, but a lot of the runes seem to have their basis in abjuration. that is like any of the schools has a like foundation for carving runes out of them. These seem to have the foundation of abjuration magic.
Okay. I'm gonna call this, in a cheeky way, the Dragon's Collar.
If you want to.
Not tour, but
Oh.
I want to reference this as the Dragon's Collar.
I don't know where to approach this from now.
Like I said, I tapped you if you want me to speak a little bit.
So for now, it seems to be content within these woods. But if more come, we could have a problem. So it said an army has, like, armies have fell to it before.
Mm-hmm.
Can I gauge what she means by armies?
You can assume you're not going to be able to make a roll to gauge more.
Right. But, like, what would be considered an army, though? Like, bare minimum, how many people?
Different places have different definitions.
These are Greywall armors. That means they sent people up here already. Oh. What would be suitable grounds for you if we could determine a better place for you to be residing? What is your ideal territory?
I want to be high up above the world, above the filth.
Did she say the eye high up above the world?
I want to be high up above the world, above the filth.
I know red dragons sometimes reside in the elemental plane of fire, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If we could find a way to bring you to the elemental plane of fire, would that be a suitable location for you?
No. I am...
17.
No. They seem to be, again, angry. As they finish it of, I am the consumer of this world, not another. I will reside on this plane. I will not let you banish me.
What are the... I know of mountains somewhere, don't I?
There are plenty of mountains in the south. Tilvium specifically has quite a few.
So here's a question. Do we fuck over Tilvium in favor of Greywall?
No, here's the thing though. If like they don't intend to hurt anybody,
Mm-hmm.
like we could negotiate with the carrier to let them stay at the top of the volcano.
I doubt the Lord of Decaria would be very happy with that.
We could also let it stay here. We just have to negotiate a place of like we can pass through and not get murdered.
Mm-hmm. Could we... Okay, so I'll go back in to talk to her again.
Like a place to pass through and some fields.
Could we negotiate a passage through here so that we do not starve? An area for traders to be able to pass through your territory without being harmed?
Payment would be necessary.
Hmm. What kind of payment would you require?
All sorts. I would say 1,000 per cart that travels. With this, the smile almost flares up as it goes from the snarl to a cascading shower of sparks over all of you as the jaw just kind of opens up.
$1,000 is a steep price to pay for many of these traders.
A small price to pay to not starve, is it?
I'll look over at our arbiter friend, see what his thoughts on this are.
He's doing a good job about putting on a brave face.
Mm-hmm.
You are able to kind of gauge from his stance and face that you know that it's a bad deal.
It's a bad deal.
You
yeah.
know it's a bad deal. This is just him recognizing it himself and it kind of going over his face of that is not sustainable.
Do I know how long it would take for the cities to go bankrupt from this deal?
As you do not have much insight onto the treasuries of anything but Foremount, it'd be able to last either through a heavy increase of its prices, or if they kept the prices and went through, they'd be able to feed people, but at a heavy loss, and they'd be able to last maybe half a year. Or no, not half a year, about half a decade, sorry. 5 years. Maybe. It is not sustainable.
Could we perhaps negotiate this price down? Even with this 1,000 gold offer, we would easily still starve within not that long.
And the dragon kind of you hear this sneer. And the head kind of pulls off to the side. Yes. We'll go no further in talk. The sword is payment enough for your lives. Return from the city of filth that spawned you. And
Wait, before you go, Great Dragon, can I ask your name? No. I'm asking anyway.
you gotta make a persuasion check.
Can I offer advantage?
How are you offering advantage?
Groveling?
Yeah, you make a pretty noisy sound groveling, so they'll hear you. Make it
So it's just a normal roll.
just a normal roll.
So then it's going to be a 25.
As the dragon doesn't turn around, but she does seem to stop. They've stopped.
So I asked my question. Did I get anything?
I didn't hear your question.
I said, "Oh, great dragon." Before we depart, would you tell us your name?
Committed to your heart. I am Abrasdul, World Eater. And the tail flicks up this mound of ash, and then as it subsides, they have seemed to disappeared with very loud. You still hear the steps. You hear her depart, but as the ash subsides and kind of subsides from being the blizzard of remnants of flame, she is disappeared into darkness.
Well, at least we weren't eaten.
Are the kobolds coming to lead us out?
As you kind of look behind you, they're still watching from the entrance to the chamber, but they're not coming closer.
As we're leaving, I'm going to immediately pull out my book and start getting these runes down.
Okay.
Or, are we ready to go back?
We should walk out and leave normally, just so that we can keep up appearances.
Fair enough.
I do agree with that.
Can I grab a handful of ash?
No. I wouldn't do that.
Can I grab a handful of ash?
Do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
And just slyly try and put it in my bag.
Make a sleight of hand check.
That's going to be a 31. I rolled 2 18s.
So you, like how Jack Sparrow did with the coins in the first part of the Caribbean movie, you grab the ash and let a lot of it go through your hands, but you keep a fair amount in the palm. And as you finish, you just kind of, almost as if you're beginning to dust it off on your robe, slip it into your bag.
Right.
And the three of you walk up to the kobolds, who then kind of get their spunk back and just come on, yes, and pull you up and out. Back to the roads we go. Yes, she must like you. Yes. And unless you guys are doing something else, you guys are led back towards that farmhouse.
I'm getting those runes down.
Okay. And after a couple of hours, you guys are back on that road, a couple of paces away from the farmhouse.
Purposes. What did I get down in my makeshift book here?
So it is, for better or worse, you can see just this. You've gotten just these sketchings of the individual runes that you guys are, that you were able to see. The different ones, you've seen similar ones across the bands, of course, but as you're kind of looking around, as some of them are in different areas, and spun a little bit differently, you've just got down, this conglomerate of different seemingly abjuration-based runes. You can't make of what they do, as they're not a spell you're familiar with.
The sequences?
I'm unsure of what you mean.
Runes go in a specific order. That's how magic gets formed.
Yeah, no, you've got down as they're circles, you're not sure whether you've missed one or where to start on the sequence, but you have the line of the sequence, yeah.
I'm going to put runes of the dragon's collar.
Okay.
Can I take a look at those?
Later. Let's go. I don't want to be out here anymore.
So be it. I'm going to put back on the Hood of Darkness as we exit.
Okay.
You took it off when we came inside?
It said my scent was familiar, and so I took it off. There's no point in hiding my identity at that point.
All right, so you guys begin walking south along the road back towards Greywall.
Are we able to teleport now? Or do you
Yeah,
feel we're a safe distance away?
No, yeah, we left. We're good.
Yeah, you guys wait until you're out of sight of the kobolds.
I will teleport us back to the teleportation circle within. I'm using the spell teleport, so I don't need the materials.
Okay.
So I'm going to go straight to the circle within the castle.
You snap and picks up the three of you, and you kind of step out into the marble, covered in ash, as each of you have just coatings on you, as each of you with the just kind of shift of temperature and air just kind of coming and hitting you all at once, sending you guys into just a general coughing fit as the guards who are looking over this teleportation circle see you and kind of come over, and the arbiter just kind of puts up my hands. We're fine.
Who was the abjuration specialist?
As
We don't have that name.
We,
We haven't gotten that one yet. I think it's your dragon friend, actually.
is it?
No, it's not. They're
she's the master
evocation.
of evocation. As I pull out this really large notebook.
Have I met them?
I mean, you've
During the
seen all of
council.
them, but you haven't met them. You've met... Because you've met Ilkewin, you've met the Dragonborn, and you've met Gwen. Those are the arbiters you've met. You've seen a purple robe, which was Ilkewin, a green robe, a blue robe, a brown robe, a yellow robe, a silver robe, which was Gwen, and a red robe, which was the Dragonborn woman.
I know the Dragonborn woman's name. It's down here somewhere.
I don't know how that.
I got it from her.
But anyway,
Can you message me that name? And
can I
she
start using
was...
prestidigitation to clean myself off?
And I will actually say I will not message you the name because I am 99% sure she has not given her name out to anyone.
Okay.
If you find it, that's fine, but we can bring in the abjuration specialist to have something, get something out of it. He's away at the moment, but since this is something to his specialty, we could make an exception.
I need immediately, like today.
And we need to tell Yenta that sending more people in here is going to be futile.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not going to work. Especially if someone already sent troops down there. Do you know who did that?
I don't think they were sent that way. Remember, they were going towards Forminos. I think they cut through the woods. The dragon took it as a threat and wiped him out. What was the Dragonborn specialty again?
Evocation.
Evocation. I do have her name, by the way. I can send that to you.
Ooh.
But I do have her name.
Color me impressed.
So I'm asking Ilka when, if he knows anything about if they were just attacked on their way up.
Again, and he looks at the two guards that are there. Come with me, and begins leading you through a section of the castle. And he snaps, and his robes become unashed.
Is that prestidigitation?
Yes, it is.
I'm asking out of character. I know
Does
that's
the poison wear off?
since it's every hour you guys get to make a con save, so you would have gotten to make 2 more right now. So.
And those are at disadvantage, right?
Yep, because you're poisoned.
Didn't make that one.
Ooh, he makes his though.
I got a 16 on the next one.
Okay, you make it.
I got 2 13s.
You are still poisoned.
I'm gonna look at him and say, I'm counting this as a business expense. I'll be sending the bill later. And I'm gonna greater restoration myself.
Poison just takes a lesser, doesn't it?
I'm also
Is it
exhausted.
disease?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I fucked up, like, really bad twice.
Yep. So you remove the exhaustion.
And the poison.
I think it only allows you to remove one thing at a time. You can reduce... Yeah, you can reduce the exhaustion level by 1 or end.
Then I'm gonna stay poisoned. And then, I mean... I don't think I have anything that can anti-poison me.
Lesser restoration will do it.
It's not queued up today, because I have Locate Creature queued up. I didn't think they were gonna just walk us in there.
Fair enough.
I don't know why you took that ash from there. Stealing from a dragon, we all know that's a bad idea.
Because now I have an associated object.
Would ash constitute as an associated object? If the horse's corpse didn't, I'm assuming ash does not.
So
does it or doesn't it?
To scry? No. To teleport, yeah. Scrying, no. Teleporting, yes, because teleporting needs an associated object from the place.
The sword counts for scry now. But
The
you
sword-
don't have it.
the sword
you don't
does
have the sword.
Count.
But if we got it back, it
for
would.
scry.
Would the whip technically count?
Nah.
Nah.
It's been too long at this point.
Nah. So, yeah, you guys are just kind of walking through. Yes, it is prestidigitation. It's rudimentary, but any snaps and you are no longer ashed. And
I'll do it myself.
sorry, I beat you to it. And snaps and Rem is no longer ashed. Well, we will. It's been a bit. Who do you need called?
The abjuration specialist.
That can be
Yenta.
done. And Yenta. We
And
will.
you were going to tell me what was going on with those troops. You seem very hesitant to discuss it in front of those guards.
I didn't know until it was too late.
So
It implies there's something to know.
The
There
troops
is.
were never going to Forminos then, huh?
Half of them did.
But the other half were sent to go to
They
the dragon.
were getting new orders. Half the force was supposed to split off. I wasn't even aware of that.
So how many did we lose?
200. Maybe 250. Half of the Greywall army. The other half resides in Gondolin.
And Yenta is now just recruiting as many random-ass people as he can to try it again.
As he put it, quality over quantity.
He's gone insane.
A sense of duty can corrupt just as much as anything else in this world. Racked by not just duty, but also guilt.
So he decides to keep digging the guilt hole deeper.
Seems to be that way.
I'd like to speak with him.
You'll get your
You're
chance
not
to
the
speak with
only
him.
one.
I can make the arrangements. Take a couple of... Give me a couple of hours to get everything sorted. I'm still just one man.
I could get us the help of another man. And I can sending spell Vardair. Get more hands on this.
Can be done.
I'm sending a sending spell to Vardair
Mm-hmm.
and letting him know. Back from the mission, need to see Yenta and Arbiter of Abjuration. Lots of things to discuss. See you soon. 25 words.
I
Would you?
I should be able to acquire Yenta quite easily. However, Abjurer will be more difficult as he is off on a mission. I will do what I can.
He says he's going to get Yenta and the Abjurer is off on a mission.
I
Do the best he can.
know that I can. Vardair is a good man, but he is not arcanely gifted. I can.
He's easier to. You can track down Yenta a little bit easier.
I'll work on the Arbiter, and I'm going to get the other 3 Arbiters that Yenta had already recruited. They need to be involved as well.
Ram.
Anyone that has been put into this plot, I should try to bring in.
Yes. Yes, Zex, what do you need?
Would you send an additional sending spell to Lix and ask him if he has any information that he can give us on the Dragon Abra's duel?
To Lixen?
Yes.
Sending spell to Lixen.
Okay.
Favor for Zex. Need all you know on dragon named Abra's duel. Dealing with conflict above Greywall. Hope to hear back. I'm assuming that's 25. I didn't count.
It was a little bit less, but you're good. That can be done. I'll put my head to the book.
Abjuration.
Can I look at those runes now?
Sure, you can take a peek.
Perhaps. Okay. I assume it's not a spell I recognize either.
No, it is not.
I'm looking up School of Abjuration.
That's fine. I'll give them back to Rem. What does the School of Abjuration do?
The School of Abjuration emphasizes magic that blocks, banishes, or protects. Detractors of this school say that tradition is about denial, negation, rather than positive assertion. Interested in ending harmful effects, protecting the weak and banishing evil influences anything but a philosophical void is a proud and respected vocation. Called abjurers, members of this school are sought when baleful spirits require exorcism, when important locations must be guarded against magical spying, and when portals to other planes of existence must be closed. In a way, I'm supposed more of an abjurer than anything else.
These dimensional shackles are abjuration as well, aren't they?
They are?
While they get that together, I'm going to go ask Barris.
Alright.
This is a big problem, isn't it?
Oh, it's a huge problem.
At least it's not attacking immediately, and we know it's not.
At
So
least
that
we know
we
it'll
need
let
to-
people go by for the gold so we can get something across the border.
We need to delay this attack as long as we possibly can.
With what? Could I guesstimate what the main city has on hand financial wise?
It'd be a rough guess, but you could
Rough
guess
at best.
of what you know of the stereotypes of Greywall and then Sabeline being generally seen as richer cities, they would probably be able to last longer than 4-mount, but you have no idea how much longer.
We wouldn't be able to last very long with the Dragon's Toll, but at least we know we have a toll to pay, so we have some way to get things through.
Would you also contact the halfling Khmer of trade, the ambassador of trade?
Speak with them as well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need like all the names of the ambassadors.
I have them.
Make a page and everything. I'll
So,
get that from you after the thing.
I'll just send them to you right now.
Yes.
I have to use a 5th level spell for this. But
We should get the rest of our crew in here too.
They're not gonna care. I'll send it to him and I'll let him know. I'm assuming he knows about the mission. Roughly.
Ah, crap.
I'll just send it to him. Back from negotiations. Toll for going through Dragon's area is 1,000 gold per cart. We have a way through. I'm already at like 24, I think.
You're at 20.
But it's untenable at best. Do not send this to me all at one time. Do not send this to me one at a time.
I can't get it to work, so I'm doing it one at a time.
You shift enter.
I don't know how this works.
We'll need to talk to you further. I will need to talk to you further. That was the end.
Says he'll need to speak to me about this.
Well, I will rendezvous with Varder to gather anyone and everyone, and you to prepare for what you need to say. It will take a second. Gather yourselves. We are... face it or not, we are in the middle of shaping the history of the Northern Nation.
War.
And he just kind of nods, and he walks away. As his footsteps kind of vibrate and echo across the marble, with a meeting to be set up and thoughts to be kind of rearranged. We're going to end the session there, as there's a lot to think about for you guys, and you guys have a very big meeting coming up, seeing who gets brought in and what will come out of it. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you for In the Wind and Arc for coming in, just hanging out in chat. I know that not a lot of people like to actually talk on it, but it's okay if you're just lurking to listen to the story. That's just fine. Thank you so much for Alpha, Suzanne, James, and Helminia for coming and playing tonight. Sadly, Jazz actually got a little bit sick and couldn't join. It's okay. We're sending her best wishes to get better and hopefully come back next week.
I'm sending her negative energy, praying on her downfall.
But thank you everybody so much for watching. You guys are the best. If you haven't followed yet, make sure to follow. And if you haven't gone down to YouTube, you can watch all of the VODs to catch up and know where everything is. There is now, with the little hiatus we took, only 1 week of overlap, or underlap, I guess, of a gap of where the VODs end and where the live streams begin. So you can get very, very quick And there's 67 episodes to go through on YouTube right now, so there's plenty of content.
I don't think there's physically enough time in 1 week to be able to watch all of these episodes
I think
before we do
there's not.
another live.
No.
We should
They're
make,
literally
like,
not even close.
We should make like a Cliff Notes list of like important things to note, and like
I mean, I
they're
I
all
have,
was-
kind of important,
we should
but like
we
could
should
work
a
out,
thing
like,
I
20
actually wanted to
episodes.
work on is arc
An
summaries.
abridged version.
Yeah, arc summaries.
I mean, I have bullet points all the way back from session 30.
I have bullet points
And-
stemming from session 2.
nice.
Oh my god, what was this even about? What were we
We came here to
what
just
were we
fucking.
doing back in session 30?
I have
se-
notes.
That was the prison. That's
From-
what session
Bruh.
31 we escaped the prison.
I have
Oh,
notes back from when we
Wow.
went to go and get the staff with Fintown.
That's
who
one
at
of
the
my
time we thought was
favorite arcs.
Lich.
It's a box of wood, supposedly.
Supposedly.
It's a fucking
Supposedly.
lich, is what it is.
It's a phylactery. I know it is.
It's a fucking phylactery.
All right.
I genuinely hope one day that we get to see like Lich Bird is real, because I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
It's canon.
Lich
Hawk is
Bird
a lich.
and
Hawk is a lich. We gotta kill it.
All right.
No
Well,
birds. Lich drones.
thank you everybody so much for watching. My name is JC, and make sure again to follow or subscribe. You guys are the reason we do this, because we have fun, but you guys are the reason we stream it. Take care, guys, and I will see you all in the next video or stream. Bye, guys. Have a good night.